Did you like Squid Game?
I did. I thought it was excellent.
On a scale of 1 to 9, what would you give it?
An 8.5.
That's a really good score.
Yeah, it was an excellent show, and I thought it was so well done, and things wrapped up really well, and there was so much in it. It's obviously not a fun watch, but I think it's like an excellently well done watch.
Yeah, no, totally. Welcome, folks. I'm Jaby Koay, joined by STEPH, SABRAW, and we're looking at Binge Central's shocking theory on how Ali is still alive in Squid Game. This is from a very small YouTube channel. If you guys enjoy the video we're about to watch, please make sure to subscribe to their channel. Hit the link in the description, subscribe to them from there, and give the original upvote. Let them know Jaby sent you. I'm assuming it's a him. It could be a lady or a them. Shocking theory on how Ali is still alive in Squid Game. This has 1.7 million views, 39,000 upvotes, 5,000 down, so very, very strong favorability here. I would love to know that he's still alive, because that was sad.
Yeah.
To say the least, there's probably gonna be spoilers in this, so if you haven't watched the show, you should watch it, and then come back to this video. Here we go.
If you're one of the avid fans of the latest Netflix Korean drama series Squid Game, then there's a 99% chance that you were heartbroken when you watched episode 6, dubbed Ganbu, where the main characters had to decide whether to betray their friends or sacrifice themselves for their friends in order for one of them to survive to the next level of the game. And if you were heartbroken by the scenes, the girl sacrificed herself for Sebyuk, aka player 067, or how the old man, Il Nam, aka player 001, tried to act like he was having a dementia attack to let Jin Hun, aka player 465, to win. Then you must have shed a tear or two when fan favorite Ali, or player 199, was betrayed by Sang Woo during this game of marbles. Oops, before we go any further, spoiler alert, we'll be talking a lot about it. So if you haven't finished watching the series yet, go finish it now. And if you already have, then welcome to this theory. It is no doubt that Ali has become one of many fans' favorite characters in the series, given his soft heart and very trusting nature. However, given the way Ali's life ended in the episode 6 scene, fans can't help but theorize if Ali's character is still alive.
It was also the fact that they just did really good casting with him, because he just has a very non-threatening look about him.
Loving.
He seems like he could never, you know, even hurt a fly.
Yeah,
you know?
Ali.
Exactly.
I love Ali.
What if he's an asshole in real life?
Oh my gosh, I'd be so upset. Because you always hear about how actors who play the villains were the nicest on set.
Yes.
And so I wonder if there's any bit truth for the reverse situation.
There is, and I can tell you stories, but yeah.
After all, when the old man, Il Nam, was shot, it was not shown on the screen.
Yeah.
And turns out, in the last episode, it was shown that he was alive after all. That he was never shot, and that he was the one behind all the plans within the game. So it might not come as a surprise that fans are hoping that Ali might still be alive too, given as well the role that Ali made all us love. There are many theories created by fans, whether Ali is going to be alive or not, or whether we'll be seeing more of Ali in Season 2 or nah. And in today's video, we'll lay out all the reasons and hidden details you may have missed in Season 1 that may lead us to believing that Ali might still be alive and might return for Season 2.
Let's hear it.
Are you ready? If you're a Netflix fanatic, or perhaps even if you don't have your own Netflix account but you are currently living in this era, then you must have heard about the globally popular Squid Game series. It's gotten pretty popular lately and has taken the world by storm over the past few weeks, hitting the #1 spot on Netflix in 90 countries. Even Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos himself stated that Squid Game might become the online platform's most streamed show yet.
Every time I see his face, it always looks like he just stepped on a cockroach and didn't like it.
He's like, shit.
It's like, God damn it.
Or holding a fart.
Yeah, holding a fart. Like, ah, shit, that was a wet one.
It's like, good thing there's a social distance between us.
Exactly. Might become the online platform's most streamed show yet. Squid Game is a 9-episode series about a world.
I heard that this show basically saved Netflix.
And where money is your only drive to live. Squid Game's backdrop is South Korea's present day, very real wealth inequality. Squid Game is the first South Korean drama to hit the #1 spot on Netflix, reaching that milestone just 4 days after its release.
Wow.
It is crazy and quite terribly physical, but it's also very bingeable. Squid Game has gone viral across the world and online by implementing childhood games popular before the digital era, such as Red Light, Green Light. And they've turned them into deadly survival challenges with billions as prize money. Squid Game focuses on a desperately indebted group of people in South Korea. They're first tricked into a deadly tournament of children's games, but then many of them volunteer to come back, realizing the games may be their only chance to win the money that they need to survive. Big bucks are at stake, 54.6 billion Korean won or 38 million US dollars. But the odds of survival aren't good. Think the Hunger Games, only featuring contests such as red light, green light, and marbles. Out of the 456 players who joined...
All right, here's my note to the dude who made this video, okay? To Binge Central. I like your style, I like the way that you're speaking and all that, but you're spending a lot of time recapping the concepts of the show. We're here for the theory! What's the theory?
What's the theory?
Player 199, also known as Ali Abdul, entered the Squid Game in order to make money to support his wife and son. The character is originally from Pakistan, but he came to Korea to work and start a new life for his family. He's become known as one of the most lovable, honest, and kind-hearted characters in Korean TV history. Ali became a firm fan favorite in the first game Red Light, Green Light, where he saved Jin Han, AK player 456, from the imminent death by holding him up with his bare hands. He also formed an incredibly strong bond with player 218 after Sang-woo gave him the bus fare home. Then he partners up with Jin Han, player 218, Chang So-woo, Squid Game player 067, Kang Sai-byuk, and others to form a strong team that makes it decently far into the competition. Viewers will certainly be rooting for Ali throughout Squid Game, but the Pakistan native suffers a heartbreaking conclusion to his story. Ali makes it decently far into the competition and partners up with Sang-woo ahead of a new game with the thought that they'd make a strong team. However, this only made Ali's death even more heartbreaking. When his supposed friend Sang-woo decided to trick him, Ali quickly gets the upper hand on Sang-woo, which is when Sang-woo decides to betray him. Sang-woo was declared the winner, and one of the men in red overalls shoots Ali. While the series doesn't show Ali's death right away, his body is later shown inside a casket right before it's about to be cremated.
Okay.
Ali has become one of the standout characters of Squid Game. There are even whole Ali appreciation threads on Reddit. There are also a number of theories circling around online suggesting that player 199 isn't really dead. One user claims that because we didn't officially see Ali's death, that he could possibly be still alive. Just like with the old man, player 001. So, in episode 6 where Ali dies, you don't actually see him getting shot. You can only see the worker who puts a gun to his head, but him actually getting shot is not shown. With all the other major characters' deaths, their bodies are shown. And you know who else we didn't get to see shot in episode 6? Yeah, the old grandpa who later turned out to be the mastermind behind the whole game, a Twitter user wrote. In episode 6 titled Ganbu, we see a cutaway from the deaths of both Ali and Oh Il-nam, hearing only the gunshot. We later find out that the old man didn't really die, and that he was behind the Squid Games all along. This has given Ali fans hope that he too is still alive. While Squid Game cutting away from Ali's death may have led to fans hoping that he's still alive, the shot of him in a casket should be seen as confirmation that he died. The only explanation for Ali still being alive after this is that Squid Game would require major retcons. Without the shot of him in the casket, there was the chance that Ali survived somehow. Squid Game already pulled a fake-out death with player 001, Oh Il-nam, so Ali's presumed death also could be reversed if the show left his fate somewhat ambiguous. However, it appears unlikely that Ali is going to return in Season 2. It seems as though a second season will focus on Ji-hun, trying to expose the entire Squid Game operation. Ali can't be involved in that story, and the only other opportunity for him to appear would be through flashbacks. Just like how Money Heist kept Berlin's memory alive throughout the series even after his heartbreaking death. However, Ali's time in the Squid Game was fairly well explored, and there isn't much more that could be revealed by going back to his story. As disappointing as it might be, Ali likely won't be in Squid Game Season 2, since his story is already concluded. However, Ji-hun can at least avenge his death and those of the other players in Season 2. Well, that's all for today.
Okay. That was a very, very good tactic with what Binge Central did there. I was like hanging on going, okay, what is he going to say? And he said a Twitter user suggested, and I'm like, okay, what else is there? And there was nothing else there.
No, it was an Ollie tribute video, which I'm not mad about.
Yeah.
But Ollie's dead, and I think that them showing the casket was probably a production realizing they didn't show his death on screen and put that in there.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Because I think in the Marvel episode, a lot of people's deaths weren't physically shown, was with the girls. I don't think the second girl's death was shown on screen.
It was in the background.
It was?
Yeah, it
And
was in the
you
metro.
see her falling?
Yeah, you saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't see Ali. You didn't see the old guy. It was too much. Even if the old guy really was shot and he was not the mastermind behind everything, you wouldn't want to see that. It would be too heartbreaking.
Too
to
much,
see it.
yeah.
Even the girl was a bit tough, but you didn't actually see it with clarity. It was blurred out.
Korean dramas are pretty graphic and they won't hold back their punches, but there's a line and that I think would have just been like excessive, like a slasher film, which it's not.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little bit speechless about this video. I feel tricked.
You feel duped.
I feel duped because if I wasn't recording this, I would have skipped forward a lot. That's me being honest. I would have just skipped forward. I'm like, okay, where's the info? Where's the info? He saved it well into the video. It's more like of what you said, which is it's more of a tribute to Ali. People, I think, are just not able to deal with the fact that he died because it feels like a real person died, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's interesting though because I was not okay with anyone's deaths. His more made me more upset of the guy, I forget his name, who screwed him over. Like that's where the impact was, where I was like, oh, this man's a sociopath. Okay, I see. Obviously Ali was heartbreaking, but so was so many of the deaths.
Yeah. No, for sure. I was more mad at him for being so innocent in that moment. It's like this guy's taking you for bad and you're trusting him in a life or death game. And I get why he trusted him and it makes sense that he trusted him. It all fits in with what was set up in terms of who the characters are in the show. Essentially, all these characters just so much love. He has so much compassion for everybody and he just wants the best for everyone. And so it makes sense that he would buy into it. It's also a lesson in you have to be skeptical because like you never know who's gonna try to take you for bad, especially someone who fucked over a lot of people in the stock market.
Yeah, you double check the bag.
Exactly.
Open up the bag just
Yeah.
for safekeeping.
You gotta know when you're dealing with a trickster.
Yeah.
So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Do let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
STEPH.
Peace out.